Hi all and welcome to episode 33, weekly gaming update for Gar412, that's me. As you can see, got a desktop on at the moment with the Mother Lilith from Diablo 4 and all my icons of the various games I have been playing over the last few weeks. Now this video is going to be a long one, there are chapters below. So flick to whichever part you like. Just as a reminder, I don't consider myself a content creator. I consider myself a casual YouTuber. I do these videos for something to do and for preserving memory of certain things. So please, if you do like the video, like it. If you want to see more videos of my gaming life, and when new seasons come up for the games I play, I will cover them, so the videos will be more often at that stage. But yeah, how do I say this, I don't make any money from YouTube, IRL money at all from YouTube. I am medically retired and I am on state funds, so my channel has to remain demonetized, otherwise any income from YouTube will cancel out all of my state funds and I will be homeless. But likes and subscriptions make me happy, so if you like to like and subscribe, please do so. If you don't. It's that simple, really. So yeah, this is going to be a long video. I'm going to go through what I've been doing, and I have been playing most of the games you can see on my desktop. I haven't played Final Fantasy IX. The idea was I was going to do a YouTube series on that, and then Diablo 4 came out, so that's just sat there. I've pretty much given up on Battle Brothers because the only Steam achievements I need now are ones that are going to take months to do, and I'm not sure I can be bothered. Last Epoch I've also given up pretty much. I don't like the Monolith endgame. The campaign is amazing. I love the Last Epoch campaign, but the actual Monolith endgame system I hate. I can play Last Epoch Monolith system for about, I don't know, half an hour or so, and then I'm bored. You'll also notice that it is 0400 hours local time. That's British summertime here in the UK. It is very hot. I have all my doors open so we can hear the wildlife outside. Or I can, you may not pick it up on the video. Civilization 5 I've pretty much done as well. I was chasing Steam achievements, but like Battle Brothers, it's the long-term ones and scenario ones which remember. This Warhammer game is a very old game. I just like playing it. I'm still working on a perfect game guide just for something to do. Frostpunk is my go-to when I'm feeling a bit out of sorts, and I play Frostpunk. 11-bit Studios have just announced that Frostpunk 2 is finally coming out next year, which is awesome. I'm really been looking forward to that. I have got some videos on my channel, old videos on my channel, for how to complete Frostpunk 1 scenarios, so if you like to pick that game up and see if you like it, I think they're on sale on Steam at the moment. Go ahead, there's some guides way earlier in my channel. I think I've got a Frostpunk playlist as well, so you can always pick it up from there. But today, mainly, we are going to be on Path of Exile, NoMan'sSky, and Diablo 4. So, without further ado, that's the intro. Oh, just excuse me. Some people are wondering, and I've had one or two how do I put this, messages. My medical conditions. I'm autistic. I have chronic disc disease. I have osteoporosis, and the reason my right hand side, or it's mainly my right upper body, is doesn't work correctly is because I had a traffic accident, not my fault. A vehicle knocked me off my push bicycle, and that has created some problems in my arm with my bone structure, which is impinging on my nerves in my elbow and shoulder. Now this creates issues. The governmental health service over here, the National Health Service, the NHS, isn't willing to operate because that could reduce the use of my arm by a significant margin, and also has a high chance of making the arm useless. So I have to be able to play games where most, like 90% of the action keys are on the keyboard, or I can amend the controls to keyboard, which is why I can't play some games I really want to play, because the controls, I can't amend the controls, like Lost Ark. That's why I had to give up playing Lost Ark. I like Lost Ark. I prefer their combat system, and the story is fantastic in my opinion, but I can't play it because I can't move, or last time I played it I couldn't move or change the move button, move controls to the keyboard. They had to remain on the mouse. I can't do that with my medical conditions. So that's that information. Without further ado, let's get this intro over and move into my gaming stuff. So here we are then in Diablo 4, which is the main game I've been playing over the last couple of weeks, well, since early access is released. As you can see, I've got 4 out of the 5 classes. I don't usually play sorcerer / mage classes. The last serious one I played was way back in Diablo 2, when we had the I can't remember what it was called. That was so many years ago. I think it was the ice frost sorceress, where you literally fired like a frost ball thing, and it spat out loads of frost shards and then just killed everything on every screen. I did have a very high level mage in World of Warcraft, but that was only because I got signed off sick from work for a long period of time while they were investigating all my medical history, and I was playing World of Warcraft at the time, and I just leveled every single character to highest level, which I think at that time was level 80, and maxed out their gear. And my mage in World of Warcraft was the bank character, and I had nothing else to do in the game. I was waiting on weeklies and dailies, so I just leveled the character from like level 1 to 80 and maxed out its gear, because I had nothing else to do at that time. So I may get to sorceress at some point, but right now we are with these 4. As you can see, the druid is just literally only just been made, and it's level 5, so we've got like Kovashard and stopped. The necromancer is level 13. I've done a few bits on him, but not a great deal, and I'll get into why in a minute. The story mode barbarian is level 32, so we just pop into his world. There we go. So we're currently in Bray Stick on this character. Now this character is a story mode character. As you see, I've got some paragon points on that. I'll do that at some other point. But yeah, so we are tracking this character, and I am not skipping anything to do with the main storyline. I did start off by reading all of the side quest stuff, but I got very impatient with all the side quests in Fractured Peaks, and I stopped. So I wanted to move on with the campaign. The reason was that is I'm looking to get 100% completion. So you can see on this character I've got 7 out of 7, 3 out of 3, 22 of 35, 76, no dungeons, and all of the altars. And the idea is to get that completely 100%ed on this character. But I realised that some of the side quests cannot be done until you've completed the campaign. Same as there's a dungeon you cannot complete until you've completed the campaign. So I stopped trying to get 100% in Fractured Peak and moved on in the campaign. So now we are hardballing the campaign, We're going to get the campaign done on this character, we'll get the capstone dungeon done, move into world tier 3, and then come back to Friak Peak and get that 100%ed, same as all the other areas. So I'm also not going to do any more side quests, because I am using, if I can remember the website, d4builds.gg. They've got an interactive map where you can mark stuff off as you complete it, and I'm using that for my barbarian, which is why I haven't done anything else with my necromancer or my druid. I'm waiting to finish the barbarian, and then I'll move on to the other characters by clearing out the interactive map and starting again. Yes, it's going to take a long time. I probably won't have it done by the time season 1 hits. This is a long-term goal. So that's the barb. Gear wise, it's leveling gear. There's not much on here. This is why I've been keeping all my gems low level as well, because as you're leveling up, you get an item with socket, you can just throw some stuff in there. This isn't optimized at all, it's just stuff I've picked up along the way. It's just it's just leveling gear with some leveling gems in there. I'm doing a leveling whirlwind build that I found on a YouTube channel. I cannot remember who it was, so I apologise. You'll probably find it down below in the description. I'll dig it out in post edit. So yeah, that's the barb. Now let's get on to the main character, which is my rogue. It's currently level 60. By far, she is my favourite character. The rogue is definitely my playstyle. More so now I've switched over to a death trap build. It's absolutely brilliant. There we go, and we're in. Right, so now this character is quite fledged out. Ability wise, it's pretty much a death trap, poison trap build. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because you can pick this up from max roll, I believe. So we've got puncture, we've got twisting blades, we've got sturdy and siphoning strikes, and this is what keeps me alive. I haven't died on a world boss at all since I've picked up this build, simply because of this. Shadow step with concussive, 1 point trick attacks, 1 point rapid gambits. Dark Shroud into subverting, and this is why I hate using them out, because I've only got the normal Dark Shroud, that's 5 stacks, but with subverting Dark Shroud on, I am faster than the horse if you don't have the charge option. The horse is so slow in this game, it's unbelievable. Mount thing. Poison Trap enhanced, only enhanced, 3 points in exploit, 2 points in malice, 3 points deadly venom, 3 points debilitating toxins, and 1 point in alchemical advantage. 3 for innovation, 3 for trap mastery. Then there's a death trap, 3 in aftermath, 1 point in adrenaline rush just to reach haste and max that out. And then we're down for exposure. It's pretty much on board with the builds that you can find on is it max roll? Yeah, I'm on max roll. So same with the Paragon boards. This is the direct copy of the low level version. As you can see, I'm only got a certain amount of Paragon points at the moment. I'm only level 60, so I've got a ton of Paragon points to grind out, and I'll get there. I've got every single skill tree point. There are no more skill tree or points available. I've rep grinded all the extra skill points on this character via renown. I'll go into the renown in a moment. And specializations, of course, we're on inner sight, just in case you are wondering. Gear wise, this is the gear. We've got this helm. Again, it's not exactly min-maxed. I'm getting there. I'm aiming to get gear that'll help me get through the level 70 capstone dungeon, so I've not min-maxed it totally because I've got 10 levels before I can get there, the capstone dungeon being 70, and of course I'm only 60, so we've got this helm, we've got this chest. These gloves are pretty much gonna stay with me unless I get a GG. The only reason they're rank 5 is to get the challenge to upgrade an armor piece to level 5. They've got the arm trap, they've got the lucky hit chance, they've got the crit chance, and they've got the +3 rank of twisting blades. So I upgraded them at the time. They were awesome. Unlike the max roll guide, I have chosen to take surprise as one of my imprints, simply because that stun is amazing. I'm not bothered about the damage, but that stun is awesome, especially when you combine it in with the +2 max evade charge boots. These are quite good boots. They've got movement speed, they've got energy cost reduction and shadow step. The crit chance is, the wind striker bit is okay. I'm not particularly interested in that, but yeah, the +2 max evade charges. So the idea is you go into pack, you lay your death trap thing, which brings everyone in. You lay your poison trap, which knocks everyone down. But more so for those pesky elites, if they get back up again and start casting, like the frost ones, you can press your evade button and drop the grenades twice, and they'll stunned, and they come out of that stunned, and they get stunned again, and then they're dead. So it is fantastic for that. Of course, that's also crowd controlled because they're stunned, so all the damage kicks off. So that's why I like having surprise on there. We've got the disobedience legs we found, which they're not that great, but they'll do. We've got these boots, that's just some mentioned. We've got our stat stick crossbow. The only reason for this is for stats. It's a crossbow for the vulnerable damage rather than a bow, which I think is damage to long distance enemies. We're not a long distance build, we're a close combat build. So we've got that there. The rolls on here aren't that great. We've got the dex, which is nice. We've got damage to enemies by traps, which is nice, and damage to crowd control, which is fine. The ultimate skill damage is okay. It's going to cost too much to re-roll that, and I'm not interested at the moment because that will come when I get to 70 and attempt the capstone dungeon for world tier 4. We've got this amulet that dropped. Again, I'm not particularly bothered by the power on there, but whatever. It's because it knocks it back. I don't like things not kicking back because then it knocks it out of my traps. But it's the best amulet I've found, so we're using it. We've got the blast trapper ring here, which is quite nice. Crit damage, fun damage, damage to injured, and then overpower, which is again a useless stat. Crit chance, dazed, poisoned, and vulnerable. The only one there is dazed, but poisoned is fine because our poison trap poisons. Vulnerable damage is great. And then we've got the fact that it's ravenous as well, which gives us all our energy for our mobs and overworld stuff. On to our weapons. We've got our Edgemasters blade here, legendary sword, damage over time, which is fine for poison trap. Damage to slowed, okay. Damage to injured, fine. And then we've got this, which I've only just picked up. I think this came out of a one of the boss kills I did yesterday. So it's okay. Damage to stunned enemies, as aforementioned, enemies tend to be stunned. Damage by affected traps, which is fine. Overpower damage, whatever. I'm not stacking it, but it's there. And then the dex. It's the best sword I found in a long time. I've not upgraded it because material cost. So that's the gear and the things, skills and paragon points. This was the character that was supposed to open up all the renown for the ults, and then I was going to power level the druid. That hasn't really worked because druid is the worst character in the game to level. The spirit generation is bad. It's a very slow character, and it is the worst character for me to level. The Hammer of Ancients barb I was leveling was also slow, so I got changed over to a leveling whirlwind guide, which was absolutely awesome, and I'm now trashing through that. Today will be probably focused on the barb after some other things, which will come up later in the video. As for renown, Fractured Peaks is now 100% complete. 7733, 35, 35, 76, 23, and 28. Getting the side quest done in Fractured Peaks is horrible because especially for me with day one before all the tracking was really available. There's one up here near Menstead. I think it's over here somewhere. There's a bush that drops a frost bloom. Then you have to go, where is it? Over here, I think it is. Yeah, in this area, you have to click on all the corpses to find an item. You've then got to come in here and kill all the bandits in this area for another item, and then you also have to loot corpses and chests for another item. Also in this area, I think it's this area, you've got the Icebound Geode from all the ore veins, so you have to look for that. There's hold on, let me just go back to d4builds.gg interactive map, because I want to find out which vendor it is for one of the quests. There's two quests that don't. There's a quest, there it is. Yeah, which is in Yeltsana. So you have to, once you've completed the campaign, you have to go to here, Yeltsana, and the vendor in here. Let's just port. No, I don't want to do that. Where's the waypoint? Opens a portal if I do that, and I don't want a portal open. There we go. Come on. There we go. So after you've completed the campaign, you come over, and it's one of the vendors. It might be one of these two. I can't remember which one. I think it is actually the armor vendor. Has a religious idol. You have to buy, so you have to click on it, and it's up here like a quest. You buy it, and then you run over to Menstead and you hand it in, and you're done. But you can't do that. That quest doesn't appear until you've completed the campaign on that character. And also you have to be near the vendor for it to even show up. And then finally, the last quest was in this stronghold. So you have to clear this stronghold up here, called Dragon Stronghold, and then you have to go in the dungeon, in the barracks. Now, don't just run the barracks. You have to complete the dungeon, which then activates another passage, and then you have to go almost back to the beginning of the dungeon, and then you have to go through a different door, and in that door is an elite mob which drops a quest item, and then you have to go and hand that in again over to Menstead, and then that's your 35 of 35. I was stuck on 30 out of 35, and then I did those. I did the herb quest, I did the ore vein quest, I killed the bandits, I got the old painting, I did the all the ones I just mentioned. Oh, there's also another one called the Hungering Cache, and I think that's down here somewhere. Hold on, let me just have a look at where does it drop? Yeah, it's down by Nevesk, down here, and you have to kill, it's kind of in this section, not up here, it's down here. In here, sorry. In here you have to kill, there's a corpse. I found mine down in this section here. Click on the corpse and it picks up it drops an item. You pick that item up, and then you've got to go and kill tons of werewolves in here, and that's that quest done. So that's usually the ones that are missing. I hope that helps you. So that's my frac peaks for Scosglen. So you can see we're 100%. Scosglen, we are pretty much done. It's just 5 side quests left to do and loads of dungeons, which I'm desperately trying to wait until I have done well tier 4, and then I'm just going to pound them for drops and XP, etc. in the nightmare dungeons. So that's Scosglen. I'm looking to do dungeons where I need aspects for this character, and that'll be it. The rest I'll just be doing Hell Tides, World Bosses, and various other events to get my XP. I've got some side quests I'll probably do as well, and try and keep a track of what I'm doing there. Dry Steps is almost done. As you can see, areas discovered. These 4 areas discovered, waypoint, strongholds, altars, Lilith. I did these for my alts, and this will unlock the first 3 levels just by doing these, and get you pretty much probably 4 as well. As you can see, I've done some side quests as well. I don't suggest you do any side quests at all until you've completed the campaign. If you're interested in getting 100% completion or unlocking the Paragon points, because that way once you've completed the campaign you can get into World Tier 3 and then do the side quests and use a way of tracking them either through d4builds.gg or another website that will help you mark them off and track them as you do them. It'll be a lot easier. So that's what I'm doing on my barb, which is why it's taking a long time for me to get my barb done. For Kyrgyzstan, I have barely touched it. Again, I spent time doing the areas and the altars of Lilith, strongholds and waypoints just for ease. I've done a couple of dungeons only to get the aspects for my rogue, and I happen to have done some side quests. And then the last one, Hawazar, I've barely touched. As you can see, I've done one side quest, no dungeons, and I've just done the areas discovered, waypoints, strongholds, and altars of Lilith. So yes, I have done every single altar of Lilith in the game for this account, and this is what the world looks like for me right now. I'm also looking to see if there's a world boss, which there isn't at the moment. So yeah, that's how we're doing on the rogue, and that's how we're doing on D4. I want to get my barb next. I'll be concentrating on getting my barb through the campaign, and it'll be back to the rogue to try and get that capstone dungeon open and get into World Tier 4. That's the plans for Diablo 4. Let's go and look at another game. So here we are then in Path of Exile. I've come back to Path of Exile mainly in the evenings now when I'm feeling a little bit drained. It's ridiculously hot for me. I don't do well in the summer. I'm very heat insensitive, so the higher the temperature gets, the less active I become. So when it gets to the evening time, as you can see, I'm up at 0400, 4 AM in the morning, local time. And that's pretty much my life now for the next 6 months, unless the temperature dramatically drops. So when it gets to early evening time, around about 1900 hours, I am ridiculously tired, so I hop in and do a little bit of Path of Exile. It doesn't require a lot of concentration. So this is Path of Exile. This is where I've been spending my evenings mostly. So let's get into it. I haven't done anything on this character. This character is very close to level 99. Level 100, sorry. But because I'm only doing it in the evenings when I'm relatively tired, I haven't done anything on him at all. Also, there was a bit of a problem yesterday. I don't know why, but I had this overwhelming panic that I had to remove all of the MTX from all of my characters in Path of Exile. So I did that. Then I watched a Netflix movie. I've re-watching Lord of the Rings at the moment, so Fellowship of the Ring extended version. I watched that and I suddenly realised what mistake I'd made, and then I've come back and reapplied my MTX, but I couldn't remember what MTX I had on my character, and none of my videos unfortunately include the MTX, so I've had to guess. So if the characters look different to previous videos, for those of you that have been following me for a while, this is why. This character hasn't really moved XP. It's still on 42%. Each map I do is about 1% XP, so I've got about 58 maps to do, and I'll be level 100 if I don't die. We have changed our Atlas passives a lot. I've moved over to a more passive Atlas tree. The temples were great, but they were taking a lot of time, and the temples weren't selling. I'm not doing league content. It's only standard, so non-league. So they weren't selling, so I've had to run them all, which is okay. It's fine. It's giving me XP on all of my characters, but I just want a map. I don't want to do any mechanics that are going to take too much time. With that in mind, this is my tree. We have got, I need some harvest juice, so we've released harvest to appear. I know it takes time to do harvest, but I really need that juice for swapping over the resistances. We want blight because I need loads of blight oils and blight maps. Always have metamorph because you don't really, it helps track where the rares are if you're using headhunter. And I need the catalysts, loads and loads of catalysts. And then rogue, markers, heist and blueprints because I do love heist. That's really what's kept me in PoE for the last, well, since Heist League has been out. We've picked up a more chance of getting harvesting down here. I'm collecting, I don't want to be using my scarabs, I want to be collecting those for now. So we've got stream of consciousness, we've got strong boxes, we've got mappy things here, we've got harbies all over the place. I love harbies. More harvest stuff here. I want to collect the improved offering to the goddess, so we've got the lab trial bits, and I only do the ones that give me improved. I don't do the other ones, just only the improved. More harpy stuff, strong boxy stuff, bit of shrines, more essences, this essence node here, and we got some more essence stuff up here, more heisty stuff, and up through the metamorph bit as well, and then down into Eldritch Altars searing stuff. So that's my Atlas passive. This is, I spent quite a long time on it. It's probably not optimized for points wise. I am missing a couple of points, but I'll do those couple of points at some point. So yeah, that's my Atlas Pathless tree. I'm quite happy with it. I was doing beasts, but I have come away from Discord. I'm on Discord. I haven't deleted my account. I just don't like sitting in Discord all the time because I get pinged with irrelevant notifications, and I either have to silence everything, which means it's pointless being in the server, but I want to be in the server for the community for various things. And then helping out people in the heist and the questions people ask in the heist chat. Yes, it's there for everyone. However, if they just spent half an hour watching one of my many videos, they would answer every single question they have. So to me, it comes down as laziness rather than anything else. And I hope it's my autism and not just me being a dick. But I cannot deal with people that are lazy. Anyway, that's that. So this is my Inquisitor RF person. This is all the gear. That's all the cosmetics. I don't think these are the ones I had on originally, but that's the ones I've got now. I've got invisible buff on some of my auras. Most of my auras are invisible on most of my characters because they're annoying and adds the ground clutter in the game, which I don't want. I've got these maps to run at some point. I'll do those again at some point. So that's the Inquisitor. I'm not going to go through all the gear. If you're interested in the gear and the gems, you can pick it up on my PoE profile. It's public. Just search PoE profile Garth412 and you'll pick it up. No problem. Hi Sky. This is a Juggernaut RF heist. This character is probably the most one that's got the original MTX I had on the character. So this is where we're running with heist. It's doing really well. I haven't died. I'm up to level 97 on this character. A quick overview of the cosmetics. I don't know how many of these are still available in the shop if you're interested in buying them. It's just ones I've collected over the years. And we've got Transcendence RF, we've got Madcap Aura on one of our auras, and then invisible buffs. But this is the gear. I'm not going to go through it because again it's on my profile. This one's running heist stuff. As you can see, I haven't got a lot of heist stuff left. It's all down in one box now rather than a quad tab. It's in a normal tab, which is great. I've got tons of stuff to roll, but I need it's now min-maxing to perfect gear and I don't have annuls. I went out and spent, I think it was about 4 divines on getting some exalted orbs, not just ones here but ones in my storage as well, back up to 50 because I've been using them and I shouldn't be. So I sacrificed to I think it was about five divines worth of exalted orbs in standard. So back up to my 50x in my storage tab here, and I've got some for doing the heist gear craft, which I need to do at some point, but I am looking for min-max rolls as per my video on heist gear. If you're interested in that, I'll pop it at the end of this video. I haven't got very many blueprints left now, considering how many I did have. I've only got 50k markers left, well 80k including those there, and but I've got these contracts to run, so I'll run those at some point to get the markers out, and I'll get some more of these blueprints done. I think these ones are fully revealed, maybe. Yeah, these ones are already ready to go. I'll just have to run them at some point. But yeah, that's the Jug RF heist character. Now we go on to my ranger. I love this character. Oh, it's brilliant. It's it's a Vengeance Cascade, Lightning Arrow, Deadeye. I want to say Deadeye. Yes, Deadeye. Press the right button, Garth. Yeah, Deadeye. Pretty sure it's Deadeye. Yeah, pretty sure it's Deadeye. Anyway, again, gear and gems, etc. This character is wearing my Headhunter, so cosmetics wise, I'm not sure this is the right set again, but we've got Arch Nemesis weapon and all of the Elder Darkseer stuff with Darkwood cloak and a pitch black bandana. Same thing there. We've got Dragon Totem skin here, and again invisible buffs on pretty much every single aura I can. It's getting expensive IRL to put invisible auras on my auras. Hopefully PoE 2 will change that. All the gear again is available from my profile, but mainly it's Vengeance Cascade and Artillery Ballista Lightning Arrow build. And this is the one that's been running all the temples. I had 3 rows of temples, 1, 2 and 3. As you can see, I've done a ton and I've got over half level. I've died a couple of times. I've also cleared out all of my non-ravaged map blight maps. I still haven't tried a ravaged map on this character. I want to get to the next level 96 first. Probably run all these temples and do some XP. And then I'll try one, but if this character can't do it, then these are just going to either be sold, or I will, I don't know, figure something out and do them again. I don't know. I'm also collecting one of all the Kirak memories just because I can, and I've got some void reliquary keys up here I'm never going to use. They're just going to sit there because I don't want to use them. Yeah, so that's that character. And lastly, we've got our Death's Oath character. This is a legacy character. This was for Endless Heist, which no longer exists in the game, so I don't usually mention it, but in case you're wondering. So this is the Death's Oath character. This again, MTX wise, we're in the Cult of Apocalypse set up with Prospero's Ring. It's got some Scourge Wings. Same thing there, and I've got a Arc of Defiance bow. I'm not sure that bow was correct, but you never know. An ebony weapon effect. Again, invisible buffs on auras just to keep it nice and tidy. Go into our hideout. There we go. So this character has got no XP. This character ran the temples that had Adziri in them. And unfortunately I died a couple of times because I wasn't concentrating on the thing, so I died a couple of times and that lost me all my XP. But this character is just does maps basically. Again, all the gear and stuff from my profile, it's no problem. This character I haven't played for a while. I've just been concentrating on the ranger. In reference to new unique, for those that aren't in the know, I am collecting one of every single unique or legendary item, whatever you want to call it, in the game. Very different games have different things. Also, because I'm in standard, I've been playing for a number of years, I have got items in here that are no longer available. So although it says there's only 1076 uniques in the game, I have more than that because of the items that the GGG have removed and are no longer able to drop. For example, you cannot get this bow anymore. I think it's called the Tempest, which is from an old mechanic called Prophecy. So this was an upgrade to Stormcloud, and I don't think you can get this anymore. They've basically taken these two bows and put them into one, and you now get a different bow. Same with the quivers. I have got the same here with these two, and I've also got this. This cannot drop. This doesn't drop in the game anymore. Broadstroke, it is a legacy item. So if I take this out and then I go not owned, there's no space for it because it's a legacy item. I'll put it back in and you can see the unique count goes up. So I've got quite a lot of uniques like that, as you can see, over 100 really. Ones I'm missing is, this is a boss drop. This is Oria's Flask, I think it's called. Yeah, Oria's End. There we go. Amulets wise, I'm just missing two. Again, both this is a boss drop, and this is from Ravage Blight Maps, which I don't have a character for at the moment. Most of these I've got in the league. I did play some league. I'll go over it now, show you in a minute. But these are all from Delve, the Precursors emblems. I think I've got most of them now. I still don't have a Nimies, that's a boss drop that costs loads, and Clan Destructor's Global drop, which is costs a fortune. As you can see, most of the weapons, I've got all of them. Belts wise, I do have a Headhunter. You've seen it on my other character. I need a replica Headhunter and a Mage Blood. Gloves, I'm just missing Hateforge. So that's what? 1, 3, 4, 5. I think I've got all of the precursors. I'll bring up my spreadsheet, it'll be easier. No boots, got all of those. Very rare items. This is the rarest item in the game. Stasis Prison. Second to rarest item. There is an amulet that again isn't included in the unique tab called Angular's Plat. I think is it a ring or an amulet? I don't know. I'll find out in a minute when I bring up my spreadsheet. But that is kind of rarer than this, but the reason this is so rare is because it's gated beyond contact. You need to run legions to get legion. You need to run these. You need to run these, and you need to go into the domain of Timeless Conflict, and then get the Uber drops, and then you need to farm an Uber one, and that has a chance of dropping a Stasis Prison, which is why it's so expensive and so rare. Got all the helms, just missing Squire, all maps, jewels. Most of these are from Lab, and they're quite expensive, and that is a boss drop. So, and I've got all the contracts. That's some uniques. I'm also, this is called the All for One challenge. Not sure where their name originated from, but yeah. So the idea is to get one of all the uniques. There is a content creator called Lighty that is doing this in solo self-found, and he's almost finished. He's got very few left to get. I'm the same. Don't have very many left. I'm in Trade League. If I'd have known now about PoE back when I started, I would have played SSF. Excuse me. But I'm in Trade League now, and I'm not starting again in SSF. It's too late. I'm not doing it. It's that simple. So this is the All for One challenge. There is another challenge called the Gold Border Challenge, where you get one of every single divination card. These are sets of cards you get, which you can get various items, and I'm getting there. These are the only ones I got left to collect. GGG supporters add between 3 to 6 new sets every league, so I have to keep up with that, and I've done it this league. So now if I get any more sets, it's taking off the ones I hoped. So we'll get into divination cards a bit later in this video, but this is the Gold Border Challenge, and then we've got the Glittering Challenge, which is collecting one gem, every gem in the game that isn't corrupt at max level and max quality, which is what all these are. So these are all the default or normal gems, then we've got the alt quality gems, and then we've got the exceptional gems. This gem is no longer droppable. I have one, I brought it, it cost me 65 divines I think. It was level 19, I leveled it up to level 20 and added the quality. So yeah, so this is what these are. These are all of my gems that I need to level up and spare ones, and I've got some new gems to add to the list. So we've got Dual Strike normal, we've got Kinetic Blast, we've got alt quality Shield Charge, we've got alt quality Mana Leech, alt quality Ancestral Wartrieve, and alt quality Contagion, and an Awakened Unleash. So now they all get added to the pot. Boom. Alt quality next. In it goes. It goes. There's no in-game list for these like the uniques. I wish there was. That would be awesome, but there isn't. So I have to do my own little spreadsheet for it. Kinetic Blast, and finally Dual Strike. There we go. So that's those. Got no new uniques to add, and no new divination sets yet. So we'll now do that now. Go into our card tab. Switch over to full stacks. I need to open up my spreadsheet. Where is Path of Exile? Hopefully it'll go onto the right screen. It did. That's awesome. Right. Okay. So I haven't played a lot of PoE, so we haven't got many stash decks. We'll go and open those first. Usually there's over 100 or 200 of these, and I get quite a lot of cards out of it, which then makes this section a bit long-winded. Let's see if we get anything. That's currency. That's a 6-link. I'm not expecting too much. There's only, as I said, very few of these, so not expecting anything great out of these. Oops. More currency, and more currency. Yeah. Pretty much what I was expecting. A few currency, a jack-in-a-box for a random item, and one 6-link card. Just check there's nothing on the ground. Tier 12 map. No. Yeah, they can all stay on the floor. Right, back to the hideout. Put these away. I'm going here, look for full stack. So that's chaos. That's an item, we'll do that last. That's an item, some chaos. Yeah, Valorbs, prisms, all venters, nice. Right, so hand these in. Is it going to be a good one, or is it going to be trash? It's trash. Ugh. That's not even worth anything. It's just not worth it. There we go. Put all those in there. Have we got enough to do 3? Nope, not yet. Alright, so it just goes there. We sell 3 of these same items together, we'll get a new one. So that'll just sit in there. There we go. I've got lots of crafting to do. This is my crafting tab mainly, as you can see, but it's called craft. That is a shield that I'm trying to ancient orb into a squire. This is about I'm trying to ancient orb into a mage blood. That I'm waiting for Jun to get 4 white sockets on, and then I'm going to corrupt it and sell it. And this is an item level 100, I believe. Yeah, but it's not max base, so I'm probably just going to end up selling that as is. Yeah, it's not. I'm not interested in crafting on that. It's not 100% base. It's a really bad base level, so we'll just get 20 fusions out of that. Boom. Loads of these are, as you can see here, Skiff Vendor. So again, that's selling. I think it's 5 to get a new one. And these are waiting for me to craft for my Inquisitor RF character to min-max that. and this needs an annul, which I don't have, hopefully to get rid of the max life prefix, to then exalt into another, hopefully different prefix. And then these are just spamming alts. I spent over 2,000 alterations orb trying to get a flask. I want more recovery if used when on low life, and I want this but better. Anti-blood tier 1 and tier 2 plus use more recovery if used while on low life. I used over 2,000 alterations and didn't hit anything. So this is why I hate PoE crafting. It's so abominably bad. We've got anything here that needs to... Oh god, loads of flasks to hand in for glass blowers. Let's do that now. The idea... I'm also doing what I'm going to call the currency stack challenge, where I want 5,000 of every currency, which I've got the storage. Come on, go to 5. Ah, that's too many. No, okay. Drop a big one. That one. And then that one, yep, gives us 5. Boom. Pop that in there. Pop that in there. Quickly go through the gems. I didn't realise that usually I kind of do this outside of this video because it can take time. But I only keep ones that are 18% plus, otherwise they just get vended for GCPs. Right. Take the higher percentage ones off. I'm going to need another drink in a minute. There's a 15. Now we need a 5. There's one. There we go. So the idea of this was originally to sell currency bulk in league and make a ton of money, which I did do for several leagues. And then I got bored of leagues, so this has now become my storage hoard of various currencies. These are no longer in the game. They don't drop anymore. I just wanted to keep them in a tab. These are no longer drop either, so I'm saving those for when they come back in the game or become expensive to sell. Same with these. They're just items I found that I want to keep one of. These aren't worth anything, but there's no tab to keep them in, so they sit here. And again, as you can see, some of these are already at 5,000. 19, if I put one more in there, it goes up to 20, so these are sitting on 19. Annuls, I need to farm loads of annuls or buy them because I've got one mirror of Calandra. I was lucky enough to get drop. I can't remember when it was. There's a video up somewhere. I'm missing a mirror shard and I'm missing a fractured orb. I've not been lucky enough to get one yet, or enough fracturing shards, but again, I'm not grinding PoE a lot to get them. Down to 25 divines. This shot up to like 90 divines, and then I brought the item quantity support gem and shot right back down again. And then I've done a ton of crafting to min-max my gear for these characters. And then I realised I had a lot more characters in this in standard. I had about 6 or 7, and I've got rid of them all, which is why I've got a ton of stuff for sale. It is slowly going, which is why I'm back up to, well, I was 35 divines here, and the storage is back up to 25. It was down to 5, so I don't want to be using anything out of here, but I'm also not that concerned. We are very close to Path of Exile 2 coming out. Exile Con is in just over a month, approximately 5 weeks away, and when PoE 2 comes out, we know one of these currencies, either the Duelist orbs or the orbs of fusing, are no longer going to be needed. So at that point, it's what else from this tab is going to be removed, changed, or whatever. So I'm not too bothered about concentrate. I don't want to use it, but I'm also not going to collect it too much either. Got another 10 stack of regals I'm going to put in my storage to make that up to 300. There we go. That's better. It makes me happy. There we go. So also having the storage, glittering challenge, gold border challenge, all for one challenge all been covered. And that's pretty much my PoE really. I haven't done a lot, very much, so we'll move on to the next game. Post-edit Path of Exile bit here. I'm just popping into League, Crucible League. I'm done with this league. It's over as far as I'm concerned. I'm not playing it. I don't like the mechanic. So what I've done is I've sorted out my map tab ready for the transfer over. All these tabs are empty, and this is all the stuff I'm going to be taking over to standard for various reasons. And in here we will find the precursors rings that I'm actually missing, and a couple of there's Blood Notch Jewel and Emperor's Cunning, one of the lab gems I'm missing. Plus we've picked up a replica Shroud of the Lightless and these Crucible Uniques, League Uniques. I'm not sure if they are going to come over in standard or they're going to be deleted, but if they do, I've got them. If they don't, they won't come over, which is why I've set them in my inventory rather than in my box. This is not sure why I've got this in here. I've no idea why. Oh, I know why. I do not remember why. That's for a new build I was thinking of making. And I'm keeping this because this has got the Totem Explode on it. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. It's just, I'll take it over and think. These are 3-socket white Thrill Steel Helm. Again, I don't know what I'll do with it. I'll take it over and think. But that's a lot of currency in there. So I just wanted to show you that I've got 6 uniques from the All for One challenge, 7 uniques from the All for One challenge sat here, 7 to 10 depending on whether these become part of core or not, and that is, again, I'm not sure what that's for, probably a new build or something, but yeah, so that's that. This is a quick post edit for the PoE section, that's all. Back to the video. Second post edit addition for the PoE section. I forgot to show you my spreadsheet for my collections. So this is a spreadsheet I designed that gives me all of my collections in one go. This is the gem collection. Now there are 1,408 gems in the game if you include all the different alt qualities, which I am for the glittering challenge. I know it says 1,410, but one of those is the item quantity gem, which no longer drops and does not have an alt quality, and the other one is Vile Breach, which is not part of the challenge. I've just always wanted one, and I never got one from corrupting portal gems. You can no longer do that. You have to get the cards that drop from Breach, I think it's Breach bosses, and then get that, and then you can get a Vile Breach gem. But I want a Vile Breach gem, so I'm going to have to buy that, so that's in there as well. So it's 1,408 for the challenge. I have 390 because I have the item quantity, and this lists here how many there are of each different type. Now the exceptional gems are all the woke gems and the enhance, enlighten and empower and their alt qualities, and in addition it includes those gems that can only be gotten from recipes like block reduction and the elemental one you need from replica Bitterdring. Plus also that in my spreadsheet that also includes the item quantity support. So there's 40 exceptional, there's 100 phantasmal gems, 416 divergent, 427 anomalous, and 426 default / superior gems. And as you can see, the numbers below show you how many I have got. Now the exceptional, the ones, mostly it's woke gems I'm missing, or woken gems, and that is either going to be farming bosses, which I don't really do, or purchasing them from trade as and when they become cheap enough for me to buy. Eventually all my characters will have woke gems, but that'll be waiting now for PoE2 to hit and see how everything has changed. So as you can see here, I need 1019, and there are all the woke gems. I've just done woke unleash, so that is no longer counted. I just need to update the listing, boop, and it's gone. So this list is the ones I've actually got. All the ones I've already got have already been removed. Most of these ones here, the level ones, I've got level 1 of. As you can see, it says level 1, and it's just a matter of getting through the ones that have already got levels, like Pierce. I've got a level 15 Pierce. All of these are 20 quality, by the way. But as I do blueprints in heist and get more unusual gems, I level those first because they're harder to level than most of the superior gems. So that's that. For the divination cards, I only need 99 sets left. So we're below 100 again. We dipped above 100 because Crucible came out and they added about half a dozen more cards. So I really need to get another. I want to try and get another 4 sets because I've got no idea how many sets they're going to add in the next big update, which is coming out in August after Exile Con. So Crucible is going to be around for another couple of months. I don't think anyone's playing it, or very few people are playing Crucible now. So yeah, that's what's going on there. And this is out of date, but this lists how many individual cards I need. So I need 712 cards. I've got 188, and my spreadsheet has broken, so I'll fix that after the video. So yeah, I mean, you can do the basic math there. There's a few hundred that are missing, and this is out of date as well. I haven't updated it, so I need to go through and update that. I usually do that at the end of the league. So once Crucible is finished, I'll amalgamate all the divination cards, do all the stack decks, and then go through. Some of them I need 1 and the set will be finished, like Shepherd's Sandals. I could quite easily buy that and finish the set. Oh, that's why it's broken. There we go. Fix that. I don't know how many I've got on there, but I'll put in 2. So some of these I can just buy and finish off the sets. Others are going to be quite a lot longer because the cards themselves are either really expensive or the drops are quite hard. So for example, this one here, the Strategist, only dots from Drox. Drox is the worst. No, it's not. I don't mind doing Drox. It's Baron. Baron is the worst one. So that's a boss drop. I only need 2 more. Most of those I assume have come out of stack decks. So, and again, the Shield Bearer, which gives you the corrupted Squire card. Oh, the Squire is from the Elder, and they're going to be quite expensive as well. So a lot of these are either rare or in content I don't do. So I'm relying on stack decks to give me them. As for the uniques, as you can see, I only need 21. All the purple ones, or this one's here, if you can't see the colour purple, I know some people have various sensitivities that prevent them from seeing them. So all of those I've got in Crucible League, and they'll come over, which will make my unique tab look pretty good, and also probably put this on 1 page. But then again, wait for the next league / PoE to hit, and I'm sure there'll be loads more to add on. So I'm trying to get a lot of these done before that hits, so I can see me grinding out a ton of divines and then using them to buy some of these gems. So yeah, that's that. I just wanted to add that in. These down here aren't included. They are just prize items from previous races that GGG have held many years ago. Most of them are extremely rare, that are uncorrupted, and therefore extremely expensive. A lot of players that hold these items no longer play or don't want to sell them because they want to keep them for the same purpose I want them. So yeah, they're quite expensive, and they require a ton of currency to purchase. So that is a very long-term goal of mine, is to get these as well, to then literally say I have every unique in the game that I can get my hands on that isn't restricted to a particular format. Like Endless Delve, there are some uniques in Endless Delve. That event is a void event, so when you run it, any items, etc., progress you made are then deleted. It doesn't carry over to standard like most other events do. So those uniques in those events I can never get. Not in the unique stash tab. I'm hoping they'll run the endless events again, and then I'll make a character, try to get those uniques, and then have a character holding those uniques. So I can then say, well, I don't have them in my unique stash tab, but I do own them. And here's a screenshot / video to confirm that I do own them. Because once the league is over, although the stuff doesn't transfer over, usually the character remains until you delete it. I'm not sure why. In my opinion, once the league's over and it's void, everything should be deleted, including the character. But at the moment, GG doesn't. So I've seen some people's accounts where they have many characters that are in void leagues just sat there. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but there we go. So that was just a post-edit addition there. So here we are then. This is the other game I've been playing a lot of, NoMan'sSky. I'm not doing their version of Seasons, which I think are called Explorations, because unlike other games, when the exploration is over, it doesn't go into your main game. It doesn't go into their version of Standard. It creates its own. So each time you do an exploration, you don't get to use anything in your long-term progress. I understand why NoMan'sSky is got so many different quest lines and discoveries, etc. So I get it. I don't like it, but I get it. So I'm just focused on my game in my version. I've got about 80 hours into this gameplay, and I am having a ton of fun. This is my main base. Now the idea in NoMan'sSky really is to follow. Oops, that's the wrong button. Is to follow your quest log. These are your primary missions. As you can see, I'm almost finished with one, and then you've got these two. I've been kind of ignoring these and doing a ton of secondary missions. I've got my own town. I'm doing some farm research. I'm doing this thing here, and I'm not sure what that is, but whatever. So I've got, this is my base. If you're not familiar with NoMan'sSky, it is very open world. You can do pretty much whatever you like. You've got to do a certain first few quests, and if people want more of a basic guide to NoMan'sSky, let me know in the comments, and I'll do one. Once you get over like the first few quests and you're in space, it really opens up, and you don't have to follow the quests. I didn't follow the quests for like 40 hours, and I'm having a ton of fun. This is my base. It does need to be readjusted again. I kind of need to rebuild it, but that's a lot of effort and resources. So this is my main habitat for me, with various things. That's a research station, signal booster. These are refiners to refine materials into other materials. We'll go out my door. I've usually got the music playing, but again, it's distraction. These are all the different vehicles you can buy. I've got a hovercraft, I've got a walker, I've got a car, a speed car, I've got a tank, and then my spaceship. Over here I've got several containers for various items, all nicely organised, and I've got a spreadsheet, would you be surprised, to show what's in each one, so I can keep track of it all. Not only that, you'll see quests popping up in the bottom right, don't worry about that. I've then got all this stash in my backpack, and my exosuit is kind of... I've not looked up how to do any of this, so if you're an expert in NoMan'sSky, let me know and give me some advice, or I'll look it up. That's my starship, what's in there as well. I've got a freighter up in space somewhere with some stuff. I've got to go and do those missions in a minute. But yeah, like I said, about 80 hours into the game, and I'm having a ton of fun. The general idea is you go around exploring and you find stuff and build bases and things. So in here is all my staff for my base. Again, I've had to change the terrain so it all fits. In we go. That's my weapon master over there. I'm not going to talk to him because it might spark off a quest. This is my head of staff. Come through here. Oh no, sorry. That's my vehicle guy. He's the vehicle guy because you can see with all the tyres and stuff for the various vehicles. That's the weapon guy who seems to be bugged because he keeps offering me this weapon, which I've already got. So I'm not sure why he keeps doing that, and I don't know how to move his quest forward. This guy is research and development, but I've pretty much got to the end of his quest. So I once I go out exploring and find new information, I tell him about it, and he gives me some in-game currency, which is fine. Through here, we've got my favourite NPC so far, which is the farmer. And through here, we've got my hydroponics bay, which I need to pick up, but I'm not going to because then that means I've got to put it in my storage, and that takes time. With some of these will go in the nutrient processor, which will turn them from raw materials into cooked materials, which I can then sell for a ton. Now this game does have a lot of flashing in it as I move from base to base. I apologise, I'll put up a thingy before this, so you'll have a warning. So if you have got any sort of sensitivities to bright colours and or flashing, now's the time to look away. If you listen, I will be able to tell you when the flashing is over as I flip. I've got to go to my mining base. These are my bases, and I've named them for the things they are and what planets they're on, in case I'm looking for something that's in a planet. My bases I want, and then I want the mining one. There we go. Here comes the colours now. It's not too flashy, it's more that they're bright and it's moving fast. So depending on your sensitivities, it could be harmful. Still waiting, it takes a while. Okay, we have zoned. So now I'm on my mining planet. So I'm just going to go over and see it's mined. Yep, there we go. We've got some sodium. Boom. It's annoying because this particular resource I need that I'm farming here is bugged, and so it won't use. If I build another supply depot, it won't use it, but I'll increase the supply depot of this one. So this one will hold 2,250. If I just had one, it would be 1,125. So building another supply depot increases this supply depot's space, but this one doesn't fill up because this one also has 2,250, but it will never fill. So it's currently bugged. They know it's been bugged. It's been bugged for about 2-3 years, but I don't know why they haven't fixed it. Right. I also just need to check the trade. I built a little trade thing in all of my bases because in different areas they have different things to buy. So I just need to see if there's anything I actually need. Need copper. There we go. I figured out how to make currency, in-game currency. Now you find old ships and scrap them, and there's a complicated process to get the more rare nanites because you need that to buy all your patterns and other bits. Right, we're moving again. So those with sensitivities, I will be popping through the tunnel again. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Going to my little town. Again, it's a bit of a while to go through this, so I'll let you know when it's over. There we go. That's that over with. Oh, I've got a fight on my hands. Enemy robots. Let's you're dead. Let's go and get that. Where's the other one? Over there. Oh, sorry for the flashes. There's not much I can do about it. Where's the other one? Another one over there. Reload. There we go. Right, now let's go and pick up all the treasure. Wasn't expecting that. It's a very rare occurrence these days for my village to be under attack. But it's done now. Right, let me go to my office. I haven't really been keeping up to date with my little village, so it's in a bit of a bad state. I'm supposed to be visiting it quite regularly, like several times a day, but I'm not playing the game several times a day. So the happiness is okay, the population is bad, and the productivity is bad based on decisions that I have made. And you're going to see one of those decisions now as we look to see what this is. Right, what have we got? Construction opportunity. It begins construction generator room, more productivity, or approve a starship dock. That came up before, I'm glad that's back. Citizens have submitted blueprints for development of both new starship hub and generator room. 42% approval rating for the starship hub, while 58% approve of the generator room. Yeah, see, I want the starship dock because of the mass amounts of productivity. But if I do that, I decrease my happiness, which decreases the things. So it's you can't just look at the green numbers. You have to know how it works. So I'm actually going to go for the generator room. Gives me less productivity, but I'm hoping that might also increase happiness. It may not have done, but we'll have a look. Not yet, but we haven't actually built it. So let's go and do that now. There's a construction. Oh, missed that. Let's run over and get that before it disappears. Boom. Right, where is... Oh, it's over there, look. Is it over there? Is that it? No. Trying to find stuff in this game is a bit of a problematic. Ah, there it is. It's over there. That little white you can see is because I'm slowly freezing to death. This is a cold planet. Supply units. Yeah, I've got 9 million. There we go. There we go. Now I've got to wait 2 hours before I can do anything else. And that's pretty much what I do. Once day I come in at the beginning of the day, pick up whatever it's produced, do the thing, wait a couple of hours, and then I have to go back. Well, I don't have to go back. It's advisable to go back. Right. Now, where's my office again? Always lose my office. There we go. Right, again we'll go through the tunnel, and this time we're going to be going to back home. I've got to go and summon my freighter. Right, so again coming up with the tunnel. This is the worst bit. I don't like. It's quicker to use this teleporter system, this warping system, but the loading for it and the colours and the flashes is a nightmare. I generally do it and go and take a stretch and a walk. Let's skip that intro. There we go. Right, now I have picked up some copper and oh, hold on. Yeah, I'll go to the farmer in a minute. Sharp. Sell some of the stuff that my village made. Where is it? Problem is when you get a massive backpack and you only want one item, you have to filter through to find it. There it is. They don't sell for very much, but it's something. It's a little bit of cash. Right, so now I've got to go into my spaceship to summon my freighter. I'm not sure where my freighter is, and I don't like using the teleport system because at the moment I haven't built a teleporter onto my spaceship so I can get onto my spaceship. I just can't get off of it without having my my spaceship. So, oh, I need to farm these. Need to blow up these asteroid belts for materials. Now, apparently, I can summon my freighter. I learnt yesterday. Yeah, summon freighter. Yes, please. Select. Boom! Hey, there it is. Comes the rest of the fleet warping in as well. Whee! So eventually you'll find a freighter through various means, and this is your capital ship, and you can start doing space missions, and this is where you can earn an absolute ton in resources and in-game currency. Now you've got 3 currencies in the game. You've got units, which is the most common, nanites, which are rarer and more in use, and then you've got quicksilver, which is used to buy certain MTX and stuff, and that is, you can only get quicksilver by either doing the league content, the explorations, or by doing certain of the mainline quests, and that will give you a very limited number. But it's mainly used to buy MTX, and the MTX I want costs thousands, so I'm hoping that I can get that amount. So there's several parts of the freighter. You've seen the docking yard where you can store some of your ships, and then the idea is when you find ships, you add it to your fleet, and then it appears in your freighter, and then you can decide whether to keep it as a spare ship or scrap it, and you can scrap it at a space station. We'll visit a space station shortly. This is the control center of your freighter, and over here, this green area is a construction area. Now, I've only just learnt that I've got construction areas, so my freighter is a mess, and today or tomorrow I need to spend hours rejigging it all, because frankly the corridors are an absolute mess. That goes down there various ways, and they've got these fleet command stations allow you to do missions, and you have to come to each one to debrief. So that's what we're going to do now. So this is the captain, and this tells you what's happened. So I just click through it, gather dream aerial, don't know what that is, damage. I just look for rewards. Magna Gold, nice, that's where. Cryo Pump, okay. Click, some units, nice. I used to read all of this and I find it really interesting, but now I've got multiple ships on multiple missions, it's really hard. Okay, so that got some stuff. End expedition, there we go. Nice. New product learned. Oh, okay. Solar mirror living glass, I can make those, which makes it cosmic megafauna. Not sure what that's used for. There's a Magna Gold, cryo pumps, which are handy, and a blueprint. Cool, right, that's that one. There's another one over here. I'm not sure how many of these I've got. I think I've got 2 or 3. Oh, this was the combat mission. I'm hoping they didn't die, because it was a risky mission to go on. Hot ice, nice. Units, iridesite, units, fair enough. Right, now I've got another one somewhere. I don't know where I put the other one. There's see, this is what I mean. I've got three fleet commands, and I have no idea where the other one is. What's in here? Oh, that's that guy. Yeah, that's. Is that what's in here? I don't know what. I don't know what. See, this is the thing. I don't know where everything is. Where's my... Oh, that's construction terminal. Alright, fine. Where's the other fleet command stuff? That's storage. Yeah, I needed to put my storage containers in here so I could actually build some more stuff. Where is the other... Oh, is it... No, that's the weapons guy. Where's the other... fleet command? I'm sure I had 3 fleet commands. That's the farming area. La la la, I've got nothing in it. That's it. Oh, I need to check this. I need that. I haven't got very many of that in my storage. I need that. Oh, no. Buy it all. That's it. Oh, come on. Thank you. Now, let me just buy it. Thank you. I need silver as well. I know I can mine the asteroid, but I've got currency. So there we go. Right, that's that done. Oh, where's the other fleet commanders? I don't know. I've no idea what it is. Anyway, this is a freighter. It's absolutely fantastic. I need to rebuild all of that. It's going to take me several hours because I'll write down where everything is as well. And this is the navigator where you get all your missions from. So I'm just going to click on one because I want to see. Oh no, they've finished. Okay, maybe I didn't. I thought assigned. Maybe I didn't buy one then. Maybe I only had two. Okay, whatever. I'll sort that out later. Right, so that's that done. Oh dear. Right, I can't port out. This is the problem. I can't now port. I've got to go and find my ship to fly back down to my base. You often get other people's ships in it. That's a ship I was missing. I was missing that one. What's this one? Is this mine or is this someone else's? Is that mine? Apparently so. Okay, what's this one like? Apparently it is mine. Oh, still that. I'll sell this. I'll scrap this one. I think a phase beam or whatever. Yeah, I think I'll scrap that. I'll do that later. Right, now I've got to find my actual ship. This you can only do this really on your freighter. If you do it anywhere else, you kind of get stuck. There it is. That's why I've had to manually change. I changed names on my ships, otherwise I forget which ones. And that's it, really. That's No Man's Sky, pretty much. I'm actually going to stay in my freighter because I need to design it better. If I can find where the port hub's gone. There it is. So that's what I've been up to. Up next section, the outro. Here we are then, in the outro, Diablo 4 in the background. I just want to say thank you for watching these videos, liking them and subscribing to my channel. Again, I don't get any money from this. It's just nice to see that people are interested in the content I choose to put on my channel. In the next week, I plan on finishing off my Barbarian in Diablo 4. In Path of Exile, I'm going to be grinding out some more currency, just currency stacking and trying to get hold of some more uniques and div cards. And then in No Man's Sky, as I said, I need to rebuild my freighter and just have fun in that game. Just exploring and doing some quests and just having a good time. I need to rebuild my base, I need to rebuild my freighter. There's a lot of stuff I need to do, which is a ton of resources to do. As I go through the game, I learn more about the game and what I'm supposed to do in No Man's Sky, and then that makes me rethink about how I want to do things. But for Diablo 4 things, I'm looking to get my rogue into well tier 4 and level 3 my barbarian. Path of Exile is kind of at the moment the back burner game. It's mainly Diablo 4 and then No Man's Sky and then a bit of PoE, mainly because there's not much going on. Usually by now the league would be over and I'm doing post-league stuff, updates, and I've still got that. I've got all this stuff from the league I can now sort out and do builds and other things and generally get that little bit of a boost, but that isn't happening for another couple of months. I think it was a bad decision for GGG to do such a very, very, very long league without any sort of events. I know they've got Exile Con coming up, and that takes a ton of resources and staff time. And I know they've got PoE 2, possibly a beta is going to be coming soon. So that's going to be taking up more and more time. But to leave it hanging, and I know Diablo 4's out, which a lot of ARPG people are into. It doesn't mean to see you kind of abandoning your game. Just my thoughts. Anyway, that's it for me this week. It's been a bit of a long one. I'll put some chapters below for you to navigate through the video. Hope you enjoy. That's me signing off for this week. I'll see you next week. Have a great time. Have a great weekend. And don't forget, I think it's 10 p.m. local, so that's GMT +1. Zizarin is hosting a podcast of people on a Diablo 4 podcast. Check Zizarin's Twitter. He's got all the details on there and a countdown. Don't miss it. If I can stay awake, I'll be there in his channel, probably lurking. So that's going to be something to watch. I think it's going to be a very interesting podcast to watch. Have great times. See you in the next one.